Here is the pieces that I'm using to make a Grinch hat. And I will assemble these and then stitch them on. And it's a Grinch Santa, which I think is super cute. I made one for my mom a few years ago from a Yolanda's crochet YouTube tutorial, and it was a lot of fun. It's super cute, it's very playful, and she loves it. She'll wear it every year at Christmas time. So I want to make another one. And this one I think I changed the eyes up a little bit, and I'm going to make it more friendly eye. But I like them. They're a lot of fun, and we'll see how it turns out. I haven't crocheted in a couple of years, other than these hats that I just started making this winter for Christmas, so clearly some of my skills have gone like away. I don't remember how to do them, but some of them are still quite there, so we'll see how it turns out. I don't know. Okay, so I have the face set in place how I want it. I think I remember putting a little mouth line here and woolly eyebrows, and on this one I want to make a few eyelashes, so I left extra long pieces of string to do that with, and I just set them gently in place with a hot glue gun. And if you want eyes that are a little meaner, you'd come down and more centered, and I kind of left them here. They also need a little white line just to friendly them up, and I will stitch this on. Basically, I just use this tiny glue gun and put light dots where I wanted it to go, and I find that easier for me to be able to stitch it on and then have it look, you know, the way that I wanted it to when it's all done. So we'll see. So I finished up the Grinch hat, and there's some things I really like about it, and then there's some amateur mistakes that I made because I haven't done this in a while, and you can tell. And if you crochet a lot, you probably spot that already. But I do like the length of the hat. I like the puff stitch for the Santa brim is cute to me and feminine. And then I do like the feminine eyes. It still reads Grinchy, but it's softer. I couldn't get the eyelashes the way that I wanted them, even after I tried it like 4 or 5 times, so I just quit. I love the eyebrows. That worked perfectly. I just doubled up the yarn. And then, you know, the nose and mouth is fine. But the thing that I did that you have to watch out for when you're doing faces or character hats is I used this whole surface as my viewing range, and in reality on a human head that's not it. So you'd have to put your hat onto something round, like you could use a balloon, you could use one of those mannequin heads, to kind of understand that your viewing is this wide, not that wide, right? So the mouth goes out of its view range, and then the eyes are too wide set once you put it on a curved thing, which I guess is why like tattoo artists, when they're going on a curved thing, will draw on skin instead of on paper, because those don't translate that well. So I thought when I'm looking at it this way, this eye distance looked great, but then when it's on a round head, those eyes are way too wide set and it begins to distort, right? So do put it on something round when you're doing your when you're deciding your placement. You know, so I pulled off the feminine a little bit. I like that I did that, but really my mouth should have ended here, and then my eyes should be closer together. You know, and I remember making that mistake on character hats years ago and realizing that you can't do that. But then I did it on this one, and I had a premonition that I was gonna screw it up. I even put off you know, attaching this for like a week or two, knowing that I just didn't remember what I was doing, and I also didn't remember what I was doing on the stitching, and you can tell. And I should have just went to a video and like here you can tell that I wasn't stitching. You should see a line around the whole thing, but yeah, it'll stay on the hat, but it is not necessarily the perfect way to do it, or the best way to do it. I do like the little yellow dot on the irises. This one was larger. I think it's gotten covered up a bit, or I pulled it a little too tight when I did it, but that adds a nice touch. So I'm happy with it. I just thought I would point out that I did make that too wide in case this is the only one that you see and then you imitate that and you don't understand why you don't love it as much when it's on a head as you do when it's on a flat surface. So there you go.